Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Colleen from Arc of Life, and today we're going to talk about babies' first foods. We have a lot of new moms and a lot of babies always in the office, and one of the common questions that we get asked is, what are some of the best foods that I can feed my baby? So we're going to talk about that today, and most importantly, we're going to teach you how easy it is to make your own baby food. Not only is it easy, it's inexpensive, and it's also very portable. So the three ones that we're going to talk about today is making your own rice cereal. The second one is butternut squash puree, and the third one is avocado. So for the first one, brown rice cereal, we're going to use organic brown rice. You're going to take that and you're going to put it in a blender. You're going to pulse it. In this case, we used a magic bullet. We're going to pulse it and make it into a powder form. Make sure that it's dry when you do that. And then we're going to add it to our water. So you're going to do 5 parts water to 1 part rice. And we're going to bring that water to a boil first, as we have here already on the stove. Once it's to a boil, we're going to sprinkle in our rice cereal. Our rice, and we're going to make it into cereal. And we're going to also whisk that up so that there's no clumps that form. Once that turns back into a boil, then we're just going to cover it and simmer it down. Put it down to a simmer, and that's going to simmer for 25 to 30 minutes. So I challenge you to find a rice cereal with simple ingredients. All the ones that I've looked at are laden with chemicals and preservatives. And really, if you think about it, if it's laden with chemicals and preservatives, is that the first food that you want to be feeding your baby? When you can be making your own, and it's simple and economical, and you know exactly what's in it. 2 ingredients: organic brown rice and filtered water. So we're going to go back to our stove over here. You want to be stirring the pot, just checking on with it, and just stirring it so it doesn't stick to the bottom. You want it to be the consistency of oatmeal or porridge, and ours is already right here. And we're going to spoon that into an ice cube tray. So you're going to go ahead and spoon that in, and then as you do that, after that, you're going to put it in the freezer. And then once you pop those out, you're just going to put those into a Ziploc bag, and then those are ready to go anytime you want. So now we're going to talk about butternut squash puree. So here we have an organic butternut squash. This is what it looks like from the outside if you're shopping for it at the grocery store or your farmer's market. And so this is what it looks like on the inside. So you're going to, of course, take a peeler and cut off the hard, coarse skin and take the seeds out. You just want the nice orange flesh that we have here. And then you're going to put that into small cubes, cut it up, place it into your pot. You're going to just cover it with water, just barely, because we're not going to discard any of the water. We're actually going to use that because that's going to have all the good nutrients and vitamins in it. So you're going to place that on your stove, bring it to a boil, and then once it's in a boil, you're going to cover it, simmer it, turn it down to a simmer, and then cover for 25 to 30 minutes. Just fork test it to make sure that it's soft. Okay? Once you've done that, you can allow it to cool. We're going to take a hand blender and we're going to mash that up. So here's where it is, where it's actually cooked in the water. We're going to mash that up with a hand blender, puree it, and then you're going to put it again into your ice cube trays. We have some already frozen right here, and you're going to throw those. Here we have again butternut squash puree, all ready to go, frozen in ice cube tray, and those are ready at any point in your freezer. Okay. The last thing here is an avocado. So an avocado is always ready to go. You're just going to cut it up, have a spoon, put that right in, and this is full of really good fats, really great for brain development, so one of the best first foods that you can try. With all foods, you always want to be, of course, introducing them slowly. Most experts say that when the child starts showing interest in food, then that's kind of when you would start. Generally that's around 6 months, but some kids are interested earlier, some kids are interested a little later. So don't rush them and stuff, but as they do, then you want to just be introducing, obviously not at every meal, but just 1 meal a day, as you're, of course, breastfeeding is best. And then from there, you can be maybe after a couple days of one food, then you can introduce another food to them. Okay? And then last thing is, well, how do I reheat this? So literally, if you're at home, if you're going to a friend's house, even if you're going to a restaurant, you just grab a couple of these frozen cubes, throw that into a little container, a glass container. You can lid it and cover it up. I recommend not putting it into those plastic cubes that you can find for baby food because you're not going to reheat in plastic. But having in these last little glass containers are great. You can also find little ones especially for babies as well. And then you're just going to use that in a double boiler. So it's the old way of doing it, but a trusted way. So in a pot, you just put 1 inch of water. You're going to bring that to a boil, place your ramekin right inside. Cover it. You're going to bring that to a boil, and then as you hear the glass jar sort of shaking around, then you're just going to turn the heat right off. Allow that to sit for about 5 minutes, and that should be enough to have melted your frozen cube, and then sit that out. Of course, you want to test it before feeding it to your baby, making sure that it's not too hot. So just test it on the back of your hand. Okay, so that's our segment on baby's first foods. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave that below. Again, I'm Dr. Pauline from Arc of Life, and we look forward to seeing you soon.